Hey everybody, Chris Grest here. So today we're going to take a look at a new firearm I just got in from Smith & Wesson. It's right inside this box right here, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. Okay, so obviously this is a Smith & Wesson box. It says M&P on there, so something good from Smith & Wesson. And as we open the box here, you can see a little bit of the grips sitting out, and then you can see here on the magazine, this is a 5.7 by 28 magazine. So I know a lot of folks have been kind of jumping on the 5.7 by 28 bandwagon. PSA put out their Rock. Ruger put out theirs. Of course, FN, of course, has had a pistol chambered in this cartridge for quite a number of years. And now Smith & Wesson decided to jump in as well. So here's the pistol itself. So it is clear and safe. So again, pop out that magazine. I got to thank my buddy Adam Ray. If you want to see some really good content, really down-to-earth fella, go check him out. But he just recently picked up the PSA 5.7 pistol, and you know, I kind of saw a little bit of information on this particular one from Smith & Wesson, and it's got a little bit different setup with the barrel, so just kind of intrigued me. So I decided to pick one of these up. Got it for a pretty good deal. This is the 5.7 pistol from Smith & Wesson. If you look at the slide, it is quite a bit thinner than, for example, a Glock or other standard striker fired pistol. The other thing you're going to notice right away is that the grip itself it's not thick, it's actually kind of thin. However, it's longer. So if you got very small hands, and my hands are relatively, I have relatively long fingers, and you can see that I still have a lot of meat left on this grip. So if you have very small hands, this may not be a good pistol option for you, nor any of the other 5.7 handguns available on the market. So first impressions of this thing, I do like the grip texturing on here as the other M&P 2.0 pistols from Smith & Wesson. The slide does have some lighting cuts out here. They kind of look like it's a ported barrel. You would have thought they would have done that, but the barrel is a little unique in that this is actually not the barrel, this is a sleeve. The barrel itself is kind of tucked down in there. So I'll show you what I mean here in just a moment. It does have an optic cut on the rear. It is for the K version. So any of your Holosun K version sights, your RMR C version from Trijicon will fit on here. It's got a set of standard white dot sights, not night sights or anything like that. And I'm not 100% sure which versions will fit on here. It looks like the front sight would be a standard M&P version. The rear one, not really sure. I'll have to kind of do some comparisons on that. This is unfortunately the thumb safety version. So it does have a very positive click on, and there you can see dead trigger, and then to click it off. As far as the trigger itself, you can see you got your take up there, and you kind of hit a wall. It's not a super clean break, but it's not bad. And then you can see the reset right here. So not a bad trigger at all. It actually has very good flat faced, almost straight trigger feel in there, which I kind of like. It does have a full Picatinny rail out here on the end, so if you're going to use this for some sort of a defensive firearm and you want to add a light, laser, all that fun stuff. And then the barrel out at the end is threaded 1/2 by 28, so any of your standard 1/2 by 28 suppressors that are rated for the 5.7 by 28 round can be used on this. So I plan on using my Rugged Suppressors Oculus on here. So hope to have some shooting footage. So one of the things I did notice, it did come very lubed up inside the slide and the chamber area with a type of grease. It's not just a standard oil, so I thought that was a little interesting. And if you look at the chamber, when the round fires, you'll see it has this kind of rotating lug assembly. And that's kind of what I thought was kind of interesting. The 5.7 by 28 round is supposed to not be high recoiling, and that's one of the advantages of it. Also with the magazines, they have a much higher capacity. So these are 22 round magazines. But I thought that was very unique for a handgun. So it looks like the barrel kind of stays still, and then you have this rotating lug, and then of course your extractor right there. So what you get in the box, you get 2 of these magazines. Again, they are standard capacity 22 rounds, and you also get this kind of interesting magazine loader. So the way this thing's supposed to work, it looks like you just drop your round in the hole and then you push down, and you just keep doing that until you load your magazine. So it's kind of a cool thing. I will say that most people cannot afford to shoot these very much. If you're living under a rock and you're not sure about the 5.7 by 28 round, it is high dollar. You'll go into sticker shock as soon as you look at what the rounds cost. Majority of the ammo available is going to be from FN, and they're about $1 a round. So you can buy a 50 round box for about 50 bucks. And Federal has their own, and then AAC also came out with their version as well. So the Federal and the AAC I've seen for somewhere around $30 for a box of 50, but that's still a heck of a lot more than a 9mm box of 50 that you can get for around $15 or less per box. Even 45 you can get for $20 to $23 for a box of 50. So this is definitely on the top end as far as what a pistol caliber costs. It's kind of like a miniature rifle round. It is bottlenecked, and one of the things about this and the claim to fame is that it's supposed to be very effective against soft body armor. Also inside the box you get your normal stuff here, instructions, the stupid lock, and you get some product registration garbage. In order to field strip the M&P 5.7 pistol, you have a slide stop right here. Of course you want to make sure that it is unloaded and clear, and on the opposite side you have this little bit of a pin right here. So the idea is that you have to push this back and line up, and it's probably going to be a little hard to see exactly, but right in there you see a little kind of cutout with a piece on the slide stop that has to be clear. Then of course you got your guide rod assembly. It is a steel with a flat wire spring. And you can see all the grease and oil inside the slide. And this is a pretty good look at this lug assembly. And this thing is got a ton of grease on it. So you can see it definitely has been test fired. It has this lower lug here that fits in the barrel sleeve lug assembly, and you can actually see how the whole barrel slides inside the sleeve. So it's very interesting to me. So that was one of the things that kind of drew me to this Smith & Wesson M&P 5.7 pistol over some of the other ones. Is just how unique this barrel assembly is. Okay. And there you have it. Alright, so I appreciate everybody taking a look at today's video on this Smith & Wesson M&P 5.7. If you're looking for something like this or other firearms or firearms accessories, definitely check out my friends over at Brownells. If you go over to my website, down in the description box, you can use my affiliate link and it'll take you over there. And of course, The channel gets a little bit of a percentage, so much appreciated for that. Any questions or comments, please put those down below. And as always, I appreciate everybody watching and subscribing, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Y'all take it easy.